There is one thing more valuable than money, more powerful than strength, and more limited than anything else you own: your time. Ibrahim, every second that passes will never come back. Yet most people live as if tomorrow is guaranteed, as if they have a lifetime to chase their dreams. The truth no one told you is that wasting time is the same as wasting your life. Every moment you delay, every hour you spend scrolling, every dream you postpone, it dies a little more inside you. Success does not wait. The world does not stop for your excuses. The people who change the world are not smarter, luckier, or richer. They are simply those who decided to use every moment like it was their last. Ask yourself right now, how many dreams have you buried under procrastination? How many goals did you let fade away because you were afraid to start? The secret, my friend, is not motivation. It is decision. Decision that your time matters. Decision that today is the day, not next week, not next year. Because if you do not control your time will control you. Wake up before it is too late. Start before you are ready, and never forget, every second you waste is a piece of your destiny you will never get back. Time is the most valuable thing you have, because the only thing that cannot be replaced. Once it is gone forever. Money can be earned again. Relationships can be rebuilt. Success can be regained. But time never returns. People waste hours, days, and even years thinking they have plenty left, but the truth is every second that passes takes you closer to the end of your story. You cannot buy more time. You cannot trade for it. You cannot beg for it back. It is the invisible currency of life, and most people spend it on things that do not matter. They scroll, they wait, they plan, but never act. They tell themselves they will start tomorrow. Not realizing tomorrow is not promised. The successful person, the one who builds the life they dream of, is not the one with more resources. It is the one who understands that time is everything. They treat every hour like gold. They guard it. They use it to grow, to learn, to take action, because they know time is the foundation of every dream. Without time, nothing can be built. Without discipline, time slips through your fingers like sand. And once it is gone, it leaves behind only regret. Procrastination is the silent destroyer of dreams. It hides comfort and excuses. It whispers that there is always more time, that you can start tomorrow, that waiting for the right moment is the smart choice. But there is no perfect moment. There is only now. Every time you delay your goals, they drift further away. Every time you choose distraction over discipline, you strengthen the habit of wasting potential. People think they need to feel ready before they begin, but readiness never comes. Action creates readiness, not the other way around. Procrastination feels safe. It gives the illusion of control, but what it truly gives is regret. It steals your focus, your confidence, your energy. It turns your biggest visions into unfinished thoughts left in your mind, collecting dust. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start, because hesitation grows like a wall inside you, blocking your courage. Successful people are not free from fear or doubt. They simply act despite it. They understand that movement, even a small step forward, is more powerful than waiting for motivation. Procrastination feeds on fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of discomfort. But the truth is, the longer you delay, the more those fears control you. When you start, the fears lose their power. Action kills procrastination and gives birth to progress. Success does not wait for anyone. It does not slow down for those who are still thinking about starting. It does not reward those who talk about their goals but never act. The world keeps moving every single day while you decide whether to take your first step. Someone else is already running ahead. Success belongs to those who move with urgency, who treat every opportunity like it might never come again. People often believe that success is a matter of luck or perfect timing, but it is not. Success is a matter of momentum. Once you take action, momentum begins to build, and that movement opens doors that standing still never could. When you wait too long, the moment passes the work. Chance disappears, and someone else who was brave enough to act takes the place that could have been yours. Success is a living force. It responds to effort, energy, and focus. It is drawn to those who are willing to fight for it, not those who wait for it. The world does not care about potential. It only rewards performance. The dreamers who stay dreaming never see results. The doers who act even when they are uncertain create change while others hesitate. Success is not patient. It moves quickly. It passes through the hands of the distracted and rests with the disciplined. Those who treat every day as a new chance to advance, who understand that every hour is an opportunity that once lost will never return. They rise, they grow, and they build while the world keeps spinning for everyone else. A decision is stronger than motivation. Because motivation comes and goes, it rises when things feel easy and disappears when life becomes difficult, but decision is unshakable. Decision does not wait for the right mood or the perfect circumstances. It simply says, I will do this no matter what, and once you make that kind of decision, nothing can truly stop you. Most people live waiting for motivation. They wait to feel ready, inspired, or confident, but waiting keeps them trapped. The strongest people in the world are not always inspired. They are simply committed. They have decided that no matter how they feel, they will take action every single day. Decision gives direction. It turns chaos into clarity. It transforms confusion into movement. When you decide, you remove the other options. You silence the excuses. Your energy becomes focused. Your purpose becomes clear. Because you are no longer wondering if you should do it. You already know you will. Decision builds inner strength. It teaches your mind to obey your will instead of your emotions. And when your will becomes stronger than your emotions, you become unstoppable. Motivation fades when you face failure, but decision grows stronger with every challenge. Every obstacle becomes proof that you are still standing. Decision is the root of every great success story, every invention, every empire, every transformation begins when someone decides to no longer wait for the perfect time, but to create it themselves. Once a true decision is made, the mind finds a way, the body follows, and life begins to move in the direction of that choice. When you do not control your time begins to control you, and once that happens, you stop leading your life and start reacting to it. Every distraction, every delay, every wasted hour slowly builds a habit of surrender. You give your power away to everything that demands your attention, instead of choosing what truly matters. Time is the one thing that never stops moving. It flows whether you use it or not. When you fail to manage it, it slips through your hands quietly, without warning, and suddenly you find yourself wondering where it all went. People who master their time are not born disciplined. They learn to value their minutes as if they were gold, because they know that every minute is a building block of their destiny. When you take control of your time, you begin to shape your future with precision. You choose what deserves your focus and what does not. You stop letting the world decide for you. The television, the phone, the endless notifications, they are all thieves of your time. They pull you away from the goals that could change your life. When you allow them to rule your schedule, you live someone else's plan instead of your own. Time control is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters most. It is about saying no to distractions so you can say yes to purpose. Successful people treat their time like sacred ground. They protect it fiercely. They schedule their priorities instead of prioritizing their schedule. When you start managing your time, every decision becomes powerful because you are no longer chasing after life. You are directing it. When you command your time, you command your future, because every great achievement is built from moments that were intentionally used, not accidentally wasted. Act now, not later. Every second counts, because the truth is the perfect moment will never come. The stars will never align in a way that makes everything easy or certain. The people who wait for the right time end up waiting. Their entire lives, every goal, every dream, every breakthrough begins the moment you take action, even if it is small, even if it is messy. Hesitation kills dreams faster than failure ever will, because hesitation is invisible. It feels safe, it feels rational, but all it does is keep you stuck while life moves on. Action is the spark that starts transformation. When you act, you create movement, and movement creates opportunity. Each step you take forward teaches you something, builds your strength, and prepares you for what is next. The more you act, the braver you become. Because progress feeds courage. People who succeed are not the ones who never doubt themselves. They are the ones who move despite doubt. They understand that time is not a friend. It is a force that keeps pushing forward. And if you do not move with it, you are left behind. Acting now does not mean being reckless. It means starting with what you have where you are. It means refusing to wait for permission or validation. It means trusting that growth will come through doing, not thinking. When you act, you separate yourself from the majority, because most people only talk, dream, and plan, but never start. The world rewards the doers, the ones who move when everyone else hesitates. Every second that passes is a seed, either planted in your future or lost to your past. When you choose to act, now you water the seeds of your destiny. You give your vision a chance to live, and every moment you delay, you let those seeds dry and fade away. Discipline is the invisible bridge between dreams and reality. It is the quiet force that keeps you moving long after motivation fades. It is not glamorous. It is not loud, but it is powerful beyond measure. Discipline is what separates those who wish from those who achieve it, is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you do not feel like doing it. Discipline is waking up early when your body wants to rest, studying when your mind wants comfort, working when no one is watching. It is a choice, repeated over and over until it becomes a part of who you are. Without discipline, dreams remain fantasies, goals remain unfinished, and potential stays locked inside you. People think talent creates success, but talent without discipline dies quickly. Discipline gives direction to talent. It gives shape to vision. It turns intention into progress. It is the builder of character and the guardian of consistency. Every person who has reached greatness in any field has one thing in common. They built their lives around discipline. They trained their minds to resist distraction and their hearts to endure struggle. Discipline teaches you control. It shows you that freedom is not doing whatever you want, but having the strength to do what is necessary, even when it is uncomfortable. Discipline is the foundation of trust within yourself. When you are disciplined, you begin to rely on your own word, because you do what you say you will do, and that builds unshakable confidence. It is not about being perfect. It is about being persistent, about showing up again and again until the results appear. Discipline does not shout. It whispers, and in that whisper lies power. It tells you to keep going when your emotions scream to quit. It reminds you that small, consistent effort always wins over short bursts of inspiration. Discipline is the quiet rhythm of progress, the heartbeat of success, the force that turns time into achievement and struggle into strength. Focus is the weapon of the unstoppable mind. It is the power to direct all your energy toward one goal without being pulled apart by distractions. In a world filled with noise and endless choices, focus has become a rare superpower. Most people spend their days scattered, moving from one thing to another, chasing everything and catching nothing. But focus brings clarity. It turns chaos into order and dreams into plans. When you are focused, your mind sharpens. Your vision becomes clear and your actions become meaningful. Every great achievement in history began with focus, a single burning desire that consumed the heart of the dreamer and guided every decision they made. Focus is not about doing more. It is about doing what truly matters and cutting everything else that does not serve your mission. It demands discipline and patience. It requires saying no to what looks tempting but adds no value. When you learn to focus, you begin to see how much time, energy, and potential you used to waste on things that did not move you forward. Focus teaches you to protect your attention like treasure, because every time you give it away to distraction, you weaken your power. The mind works best when it is directed, not divided. Focus brings strength because it gathers all your mental power and channels it like light through a lens. When you stay focused long enough, that light becomes fire, and that fire builds momentum. Focus builds mastery, because repetition on the right thing creates excellence. The longer you stay focused on your purpose, the deeper your understanding grows and the faster you progress. People who lack focus chase motivation. They start many things but finish none. They look busy but remain stuck. Focus is what separates progress from movement. It is the invisible force that turns effort into results. It transforms ordinary days into building blocks of greatness. When you learn to focus, your life becomes simpler, not because it is easier, but because you finally know where you are going and every action begins to move you closer to it. Abria. Belief is the seed from which every success grows. It is the invisible force that shapes your thoughts, your attitude, and your destiny. Without belief, even the greatest talent lies dormant, and even the most powerful dreams fade into nothing. Belief is the foundation upon which every achievement is built, because before anyone else can see it, you must see it first in your own mind. Belief gives birth to vision. It allows you to imagine what does not yet exist, and gives you the courage to chase it when everything around you says it is impossible. Belief whispers that it can be done. The human mind becomes unstoppable when it truly believes, because belief changes how you think, how you speak, and how you act. It gives strength to your words and conviction to your steps. People who believe in themselves are not free from failure. They simply refuse to let failure define them. Belief keeps them moving when others stop. It keeps them hopeful when the world doubts them. It gives them the resilience to rise again. And again, belief is not a wish. It is a decision. It is the choice to trust yourself even when you have no proof. It is the inner voice that says, I can and I will, even when fear tries to silence it. Belief transforms weakness into strength. It turns obstacles into lessons and setbacks into preparation. It makes the impossible seem possible because it changes your energy, and that energy attracts opportunity. When you believe in yourself, you begin to act differently. You take bolder steps. You speak with more certainty, and you stop asking for permission to be great. The power of belief lies in its ability to rewrite the story you tell yourself about who you are. Once your mind accepts that you are capable, your body follows your actions, align your habits shift, and your destiny begins to unfold. Belief is the starting point of all creation, because nothing can come into your life that you do not first accept as possible in your mind. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of it. It is the teacher that no one wants, but everyone needs. Failure reveals truth. It strips away illusion. It shows you who you are when things fall apart and nothing works the way you hoped it would. Most people fear failure because they see it as the end, but in reality, it is the beginning of wisdom. Every great person who has ever achieved anything remarkable has walked through failure. More than once they have stumbled, they have been rejected, they have been doubted, but they learn to use failure as fuel, not as an excuse. Failure builds strength. It hardens your spirit and teaches you lessons that success never could. It humbles you and, at the same time, awakens a deeper hunger inside you. Every setback contains information. Every mistake carries a message, if you are willing to listen. Failure teaches you resilience because it forces you to rise. It shows you that you can survive disappointment and still move forward. It turns pain into purpose and weakness into growth. The moment you stop fearing failure, you become dangerous because you no longer hesitate to try new things. Failure gives you the power to evolve. It is the testing ground where character is. Forged, it reveals your true limits and then pushes you beyond them. When you embrace failure as a part of your journey, you stop living in fear and start living in progress. The truth is, no success story exists without chapters of failure behind it. Each fall, each rejection, each lost opportunity becomes a building block of strength and clarity. People who run from failure also run from growth, but those who face it head-on develop the courage that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Failure is not the end of your path. It is the map that guides you toward the right direction. It refines your vision, sharpens your focus, and toughens your mind until you are ready to handle the very success you once dreamed of. And when you finally understand this truth, you stop running from the struggle and start walking with purpose. You realize that every second, every failure, every challenge was shaping you for something greater. Life is not waiting for you to be ready. It is waiting for you to decide. So stand up. Take control of your time, believe in your power, and move forward with unshakable focus and discipline. Because the moment you choose to act, the universe begins to move with you. Your destiny is not written in the future. It is written in the choices you make right now.